keep at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yours, is you gonna just make the foundation, or you just gonna
like
pitch a tent?
Yeah, and that's true, man. Because like you say, you can.
My batteries.
Yeah, you can get off work or whatnot, or do your little. It's really just like you gotta have like a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9. Like, what are you doing after you get off? Of course, everybody gotta start out working a job. I mean, you really don't, like really want to. I've started to want to get my time back, but of course, you gotta have some value you bring to that time to get paid.
Some people have a reason. When I took my business class, it was like, why do people go into business? Mm-hmm. Some people, they want the financial freedom. They don't want a boss. But then there's people that just saw a problem in the world and they want to fix it.
You know what a business is? Why you start a business? For no other reason is to solve a problem.
Yeah.
It can't be like, and it has to be bigger than.
That's the good businesses.
And it has to be. You gotta love. You can't fall in love with the business. You gotta fall in love with the problem. Yeah, the process and the problem, because that's where the opportunity lies. So it ain't so much as I want to start a business because I want this money.
Right.
You know what I mean? People got different motives and different angles.
I think that's the wrong way to do it.
You know what I mean? If you chasing that, then it's never going.
That's
you'll
why
never
YouTube
catch
is falling off, because everybody want money.
Yeah,
Get a check.
Yeah.
I'm in these little groups and they like, I want to do this, but let's sub for sub.
Sub for sub. Yeah.
You realize you're sabotaging yourself.
You're sabotaging yourself, and then you got all those subs.
You got 1 million subscribers and nobody watching you.
And nobody watching you, and you haven't figured out a way to monetize it correctly. And at the end of the day,
they started kicking people off.
Yeah, and you still got to have good content. Everything.
Hey, why are we not recording? Are we?
Yeah, we rolling.
Okay.
We rolling. Record. It's all about documenting. You know what I mean? That's what Gary Vaynerchuk say. Don't record, document. That grind, hustle, build, that's strong, bro. I like that. That's real
that's
strong.
That's my baby right now.
That's real strong. And that says everything. You know what I mean? That says everything, man.
Because I can't front, it's easy to go try to find some rich people and be like, hey, why are you in business? Because my mom left it to me.
Yeah, and see.
But I'm like,
there's no struggle in that.
So
there's no
look that way.
Yeah, there's no struggle in that. And I like how you going after the everyday person, the average person, like what it took, to get there.
But there's a difference between mom and pop shops and Walmart.
Yeah, it is. It's a big difference.
Just like there's a difference between you and your neighbor.
Yeah, that's true. The difference between Walmart and Target, you know what I mean? It's a big difference, man. And like for me with mine, what I do now, like currently, like with the false flag media thing, like I was telling you earlier, kind of just focus on the businesses, and I try to seek, opportunity.
Right.
Like if it's something I feel like I said, this social media stuff is so new. It's more than just, Facebook is a tool. People use it for what they use it for.
Right.
But businesses are on there aggressively. Instagram businesses on there.
People always say social media, but we forgot it was social networking at one time.
Social network, and they kind of tying together. They all kind of tying together too.
Yeah.
You're right, and that's where I think that's where it started. That's where it's because people don't realize, man, Facebook is only like 13 years old, but look how much shit has evolved. In that time, and look how much is used. They got a billion fucking users. I mean, come on, dude. And if you're not tapping into that, you losing in this day and age. You got to be social, man. You got to be on there, engaging, and nothing works like the leverage of the internet. Nothing. You can't reach people like the internet can reach people, and the internet's working 24/7. You know what I mean? You put content up there, somebody's coming across that content. Oh man, I like what he got going on. Let me see what else he got going on. It's like a 24/7 commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my point of getting to these businesses and reaching out to them, is that like you say like Coca-Cola or McDonald's, even though as much as the market share they got and as big as they are, they still run commercials.
Yeah.
They still advertise. They're not just sitting back, okay, we didn't sold 1 billion hamburgers, we cool.
Yeah.
You still gonna see a damn commercial. You still gonna see a Coke commercial. You might see a Walmart commercial. You gotta constantly be advertising and marketing and putting your product out there. If not, you know what I mean, you're gonna lose, man. You're gonna lose market share. So that's where I'm going, man, with it. And like I said, it kind of started after the Streets of Vegas thing. It kind of pivoted to that. From that, and I took the experience I had with just the video stuff, you know, shooting that. That was like training. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Everything I've done in music, I still use it.
Yeah, you still use it. You know what I mean? That's why them skills are transferable into other industries and stuff. And I always been like a cat that was good. Like, I got an eye for art. So as far as like when I would make a cover, or I would make you know, like a DVD cover or a CD cover, or something like that. And so I use that now, you know, for doing artwork for podcasts, for doing artwork for a flyer, or doing something for a business or something like that. So you know, all the skills kind of, you know, they kind of integrate to, you know, to help, you know, do this now. So that's pretty much where it's at now for me.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah, you know. So like you said, all the stuff you use in music, you know, that still goes on. And like as far as your music game, how is that? Do you still kind of dab in that a little bit, or?
And I got an album and a half just sitting.
Just sitting, really?
Because I ain't worked in like 9 years, so what I wanted to do a series called I Can't Afford to Record.
Damn.
I was gonna like.
And that's
just
crazy.
Do it on the phone, but I didn't feel like doing all that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's an idea.
That's still right.
Yeah, you still. Yeah,
I just wrote a song the other day
that
I've been working on like 3 years, but I finally wrote the one that's staying. And the concept is a blind man that falls in love. No, a deaf man that falls in love with a blind girl.
Damn.
Because I'm dealing with my disability, so
yeah.
like, let me do this.
That's crazy. That's a crazy concept. That's a concept record right there, man. That's crazy, man. How did you get into like the photography side of the game and all that?
Took a class.
Really?
I mean, I know that when I think back, I had been taking pictures. Like, my mom had a film camera, and we move and we take it with us. When we came to Vegas, I remember I just bought film for it.
Really?
Messing with it. But I didn't think nothing of it. I was just, a flower.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the film numbers meant.
Oh, like the little,
like 100,
all that, I never
had
knew
a
that
meaning,
meant.
but I didn't know what it was.
It's crazy how you can look back on what you
used to do just out of nowhere,
and it's like, man, I've been doing that. You know what I mean? Like that stuff still kind of ties in, man. That's crazy, man. Where'd you take that class at?
CSN,
yeah. Did you find it? Was it just photography? Was it video too?
It was
or
photography.
Strictly. Yeah. And so like taking that, what did you plan on doing with that? Was you gonna do it for like as a business, or was you just taking it as a hobby, or what? Like what?
I had no idea.
Oh, really? But it was just an interest.
Me and my wife took it together.
Really?
Yeah.
And sometimes too,
that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's how it could be sometimes too, man. You gotta, like, you know, just follow your heart. Just if it's something I'm interested into, something I've been doing, or something like that. That's
crazy because he made us. We had to have a real camera, so I had to go buy one like the first day.
That was a requirement.
It was on the what's the syllabus?
Yeah, the syllabus. So kind of like, wow, man. And what did they like? And then they wasn't cheap getting a real camera.
This one, like I'm saying, it's a kit camera, so it didn't run us. It was like we got the insurance. It came with a bag, memory card. It was like $600.
Oh, okay. You said a kit, like it was a whole kit.
It's called a kit camera because it's like let me compare it to like a car. You can go out and buy a Mustang right now, right? But you can also go to Hobby Lobby and get you a 1:12 ratio one.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
So we couldn't even use auto in class, like the auto feature.
Oh yeah, you couldn't because they want you to learn.
Yeah.
That's like cheating, yeah. That's crazy, man.
We had to critique each other in class, which
nobody
liked. It's like public speaking almost.
Yeah, okay.
But I liked it. It's like, yo,
but it's real though. That's how you really learn and know what's up, man.
Let me know. If you don't like me, let me know.
Tell who else how else you gonna know? You know what I mean? How else you gonna know?
If you think it's great, that's on you.
And you know who gonna tell you? The real world's gonna tell you.
Yep.
So I might as well be among some people that's gonna tell me before I get out to the real, because the real world gonna be cold. They ain't gonna care about you feeling. Oh, that man, that sucks.
They don't know you.
Yeah, you wasting my time, and especially doing photography, you can only catch that moment one time. You know what I mean? You can only catch that shit one time, dude. That's crazy. Now, what is your take on entrepreneurship, man? What would you say, like, your take on? Because I consider myself a studying entrepreneur. Like, I'm still in school of entrepreneurship.
Like I said, people start a business because there's a problem or they want something out of it. I started, like, no lie, I wanted something out of it. I was tired of being broke when I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And that's when rappers was really flashing.
That's when they was, it was a different game, man. It was a whole different game.
So I had planned on, like, using music for a better life. I was like, I'm going to sell a couple CDs, I'm going to buy a house, and then I'm gonna get into this business, that business.
Yeah. That was like the music was the gateway at first to kind of
But which sucks because I don't know if it's because I'm black and young and that's all I thought I could do. I ain't had no jumper or nothing. So.
Yeah, what they say, what Biggie say, he got he's slaying crack walker, got a wicked jump shot,
right?
You know, but I didn't know. That's interesting though.
But that was how it started.
Okay.
I mean, even thinking about business at all. Like, maybe you come to the house one day if you're on that side of town, or we'll link up with my friend come next month. I wrote a business plan kind of in 11th grade. It's like 5 pages long. Like,
really?
I wanted to do research and development. I wanted to build houses for people.
That's deep, man. In 11th grade? Damn. That's crazy, man. I've always kind of been sparked by like the entrepreneur bug too, man. Like when I remember when I came out here, I never forget it. I was like 10 years old. You know the swap meet, the outdoor swap meet?
Which one?
The one on Pecos. Okay, so like
the big one.
Yeah, the big one, the old school one, right? So my grandmother was going every weekend, and my mother they would go like kind of check it out. So one time, my grandmother went down there. She was selling a bunch of little stuff out of the house, little old trinket stuff.
Like a rummage sale?
Yeah, like stuff they didn't need. So I was intrigued by that. And I'm 10 years old, dude. So I said, man, this is how this works. So I said, man, next week I'm bringing my Star Wars men out here. So I brought them out there, and I sold out of them. They ate them up. So I was like, wow. It was like my first taste of it. I'm like, man, people wanted something I had. I was able to generate that dollar by myself.
Right.
So like I got that taste in my mouth, and it never left. I always wanted to be financially independent. I always wanted to be able to create my own income out of my passions, right? And of course, starting out in life, you don't really know what you want to do or where you want to go or what you're interested in. I was always interested in the art, music, and entrepreneurship, and this was before I even knew what an entrepreneur was. Yeah. That term wasn't thrown around like that back then. Like I didn't even know what that was, but I knew what I wanted to be. You know what I mean? And now, like you sometimes, like you flash back to a certain era, so you don't even know certain things are possible. You think you fed the same dream of go to school, get a job, work somewhere 30 years, call it a wrap. And I never could accept the deferred life plan. Like, dude, that ain't it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I got other interests in me. That ain't it, man. I just couldn't accept it. So every job I ever had, even up to right now, like I work for UPS right now, right? Every job I always had was always predicated on, I'm just doing this. Like, I looked at a job as a hustle to get where I really wanted to go. And that's how I still look at it. Like, of course, I got to pay bills. I got a family and all that. But I'm just using this for that. Till this thing pops off. And so whether I was in music, I was signed to Black Market Records in 94 with Brother Lynch and all. I was on the same label as them. That didn't pan out. I learned a lot in the music industry. I was still in it.
So it wasn't a waste of your time.
It wasn't a waste of my time. I learned a lot. So after the music thing kind of, to me, I feel like it was a certain window I had. And, after that thing really didn't pop off, I was still writing. I always write. I'm a writer at heart too. I kind of segued into DJing. You know what I mean? I was DJing, producing and stuff like that. So it was all still music related. And then later on, I kind of got into the video aspect of it, you know what I mean? That was like, more recently. But it was always, everything was always connected to the same thing. Entertainment, music, industry, art, it was always connected to the same thing, So, you just evolve, man, and your interests and passions evolve too. You kind of like what you like, but, like I was saying with the Streets of Vegas thing, it was good. It was a good buzz. And then it was hard to be everywhere at every time too. You know what I mean? So I got what I could get. Still working, still trying to hustle and stuff like that too. And then I just felt it was time to move on, I felt. But like I say, I still got that itch for that. So I might bring it back. And I've acquired some more skills and ideas so I can even revamp it even better. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my whole spiel on stuff, man. But that entrepreneur stuff, it's like a school that you never stop learning. That's how life should be anyway too. You know what I mean?
Stop learning, you done.
You die. As long as you green, you're growing. You know what I'm saying? As long as you green, you're growing. So that's how I look at it. And then you think about everything that's changing so fast. like the landscape for everything is changing. So if you don't, I think it's like you got to be adaptable. You got to be able to adapt, to reinvent yourself, and still stay relevant in whatever you're doing, and still stay like viable in the marketplace. But it has to be based on your interest and your passion. It can't be like, oh, they doing this now, let me jump and do that. Or let me jump and, you know what I mean? Because you lose credibility by trying to follow trends and jump in different industries. So I think you just got to stay grounded and rooted in what you're really passionate about and what you really do. And you know, that's the only way you're going to, you know, really have some success at it. It's got to be some...
That's what me and my partner's learning.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
That's what we're saying, like, with the blog and also how I seen my YouTube channel. It was never there was never a focus. So now we're trying to clear it
Focus on it, yeah. And sometimes you just getting your chops wet, just figuring out where I want to go and how I can do it. And then, you know, it's crazy with this game and entrepreneurship. You'll be going one way, and then you will see a corner and be like, damn, okay, I never thought about that. Let me turn this corner. And then you know, like, damn, this is something I didn't even foresee. But just being on that path, it took you to that point. It took you to that intersection, you know. So, yeah, that's crazy. How long y'all been doing the blog?
Maybe a year.
Or maybe a year, yeah. And what is it an address to it or something like to it? Or what, like, is it a...
to get to it?
Yeah, like, is it a domain name or is it a...
evasolution.com.
Okay. Yeah. And how often do y'all post and how often do y'all write content?
Really, it's his blog, so he's like constant. It's changing though. He started doing poems now. Before it was more like trendy stuff and on topic like current events. Okay. And then mine was some old writings I found from school. Okay. I called it Theories in Evolution. Okay. Like I was comparing how people thought of Miss America, and then comparing it to Donald Trump now being president and what's going on in the world. Yeah. Like it's all just a fashion show, really.
That's all. It's a big fashion show. That's all it is.
But it was just a bunch of topics and.
Okay, random. So y'all
like you couldn't go there thinking like it was a sneaker shop. You go in there and you see T-shirts, alligators, belts, or washing machines.
Okay, okay. So what is a half horse, half man doing in there? Yeah, all kind of stuff. Right. Also, y'all co-contributors to the blog. Y'all both contribute. Yeah.
I feel like I want to be in the. I don't know if it's TV or the movie industry. But I think that's which way I'm headed. Okay. And I'm a viable industry too. We started as rappers, so we've been writing. Yeah, like you a writer. Yeah,
that's the thing I love about being a writer, man. Because you can write blog pieces. I got a blog too. I got a book I'm writing too, and it's called my theme.
You did mention you writing a book. Huh? You did mention you writing a book.
Yeah, and I didn't put it out there because I'm really in the early stages of it. And my theme for the year, I always have a theme.
Stop doing that.
What?
I announce things early.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what? This ain't feeling right.
Yeah, so I don't want to pre-do it. When it's time, when it's closer, I will do it. But like, you know, just in this general conversation, I'll let you know that. Because the book now is like the new business card. You know what I mean? That's like the new business card, the book. And what it stemmed from is like every year I have a theme for how I'm going to attack the year, how I'm going to go about the year. So this year was level up. Like going up a level, rising to the highest occasion. And that's like one of my IG pages too. It's called WeLevelUp1.com. Well, it's WeLevelUp1 on Instagram. But it's always like, it's about personal development and becoming the best version of yourself. And, you know, rising to the highest level, man, and having a sustainable mentality about the grind, about what you're trying to get after. Because, you know, people, you know, you'll get a little boost, and then what happens is we start to hit the dip. And then it's like, okay, I was up here when it started. 2 weeks now, you like down here. So what I try to do is give you a sustainable mental framework to kind of keep that. So the book is going to be called Lessons in Leveling Up. Okay. So it's going to be all the lessons I've learned and going to the next level. And that includes failures too. You know what I mean? That includes, you know, because really...
you can't act like they ain't real.
You can't act like they're real. And you really don't... I think that's...
don't talk about them.
Yeah, that's where you learn at. And I think your failures are some of your best teachers. Right. You know what I mean? And life experiences are cold teachers. So I think that's really where it's at, man, just to get that real world experience.
What do you learn from winning all the time?
Yeah, man. It's like the book.
You might start slacking off because you're a winner.
You're a winner. Yeah. That's true, man. You know, it's like that book. Sometimes I think, what's his name? I can't think of John Maxwell. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. It's not necessarily a loss. It might be a lesson.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you take that a lesson and apply it the next time. Like, okay, now I done won in another aspect, but I had to get the loss to learn the lesson. Yeah. Sometimes you can't extract the lesson no other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if you don't know.
Yep. If you don't know,
you'll
man.
learn it.
So that's why I always just try to keep learning, keep moving, man. You know, and keep it going. But that's what the book's gonna be. It might be an ebook now. I don't know if it is gonna be a physical book. Finding a publisher and all that stuff. But now, with these platforms like Kindle and all that stuff, everything, you can get stuff online. You can have a book on your phone.
I say go that route, and if you feel like you want to print something.
Yeah, if I feel like yeah. And then with the digital products. I like the digital product so much because it's an unlimited amount. You don't got to worry about running out of inventory.
Print like 2 or 3. Make sure you send one to Oprah and you good.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Get in the book club.
She's one of the people that read, I think, paperbacks.
Get in the book club. You know what I mean? But, that's where it's at, man. So just try to put my, knowledge and what I learned. And really when I really start going another route with the entrepreneur stuff, I always kind of been an entrepreneur. I looked at even being in the music business, you're an entrepreneur.
You are.
Because you selling your own CD, you making your CD, you selling them, you slanging them. So you got to be somewhat of an entrepreneur.
I don't know if you heard our last song. It's called On My Life.
I didn't. What was it on? What did you put it on? What could I hear it on?
It's on YouTube. And here and
okay.
there. It might be SoundCloud.
Is it like a video or what? Like?
I wish I could shoot the video.
Okay. So how is it on YouTube then? Just the audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a picture.
Okay. Now explain that a little bit then.
But like you was just saying, that music is a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people know the drug game is too.
Yep.
But the reason I bring this song is because I see the drug game as entrepreneurship, but it's in the dark world.
It's in the dark world.
But all my life, we was like, I came to him with the idea like, we got these jobs, man. Like I was telling him the truth. Like, but don't you get tired of seeing people riding Mercedes?
Yeah.
Just taking it easy. Like, so I was like, let's write this song based on we want to cross that line so bad. The difference between you can say good and evil or whatever.
Yeah. It's a fine line to toe. Yeah, it's a fine line to toe. Yeah.
So it's just you see cues and you got to see cues and hints and jewels everywhere you go. So we pull from real life experiences, movies.
Yeah. And I learned from everything. I learned from the dope dealers in the 80s to the rappers of the 90s. Yeah, I love that shit. I learned so much from them, man.
Those was the businessmen.
They was businessmen, man.
It was just in a different business.
A different business, man. And here's what I say too about
that's why it's so much more fun than just going to a regular job sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Because you go to a regular job, you know what you're going to get.
They give you the format that they need you to do.
Yeah, exactly. And the entrepreneurship, you might be doing it. You think like a regular job is like this, straight line. Entrepreneurship, it might be this. You might do this, but
maybe
when
you
get bored.
Just doing the...
Yeah. It's so routine, dude. and it's such a, to me, it's such a loss of like your mind, because after a while you can do your job in your sleep. They can teach a monkey to do the fucking job after a while. And that's gonna be the new middle class. That's gonna be the new middle class, man. Because you think about this: a robot, they pay for him one time. A robot ain't gonna call in. It ain't no sick time, no vacation time, none of that shit. That's the new middle. That's coming.
But
that's coming.
You said they got to buy the robot one time, right?
Yep.
They buy the robot to build more robots.
To build more, yeah. Exactly.
It really does.
Exactly. And then they're going to have a whole work for you. Right. And then with the AI and all that stuff like that, they working on it now. Uber's coming out with self-driving cars.
Right.
They trying to...
So they ain't going to need people.
They trying to rely... who's going to be winning? I'm going to tell you who's going to be winning in this age. They trying to have to rely on humans as least as possible. The motherfuckers who's going to be winning is people who are coding, writing software. Software eats the world. Software eliminates jobs, right? So it's gonna be the people who can code, who can program the fucking robots, or who can write the software that's gonna eliminate the need for humans. I mean, it's gonna be feast or famine, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be cold. Like the labor jobs. It's always, you can always, no matter where you go, it's always a hard working job available. That should be available all our life. But like the new age, all that labor shit gonna be played out. They're gonna have robots doing that shit, man.
Right.
So I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve, man. And my whole thing is like designing the kind of lifestyle you want. Like waking up every day having your ideal day. Like it's like even doing shit like this interview is like dope to me because it's doing the type of shit I want to do. You know what I mean? And with technology and with these platforms, you can put your content out there, put your shit out there, man. Build your following, build your tribe, and eat off being like, I'm all about getting paid for who you are. You know what I mean? Like whatever's in you, whatever you made of, and that should be your life. Like getting it how you live in a positive way, that should be how you're able to get your money. But the key is to be able to tie all that together and be able to make a living off of it. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you into what you're into for a reason. You like what you like. But how can I get paid off it? How can I make a living off being who I am? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it, you know. So, you know, it's a trip though, man. Our stuff is evolving so fast, man. You know, even these 2000s. You know, I used to always think back in the day, like, oh, you know, you see those space age movies back in the day. I wonder what that's gonna be like, and we in that now. Like the Jetsons say, 2020 is like not that far away, and that sounds crazy to even say 2020. But we in that age right now. We in that age. I always wonder what's the 21st century gonna look like. What is it gonna look? We in that shit right now. You know, self-driving cars and shit.
Was at the house. I told him I weird people out. I might be a nerd or whatever. I like to say like
nerds are winning now.
This is the future.
Yeah, nerds are winning, dog. I'm telling you,
the real ones.
Nerds are winning. You know what it made me wish?
I tried.
I'm like, damn.
I failed.
I wish I would have been I would have been more of a fucking nerd back in the day because they eating, they running the world.
Want to be cool.
Hey, you talking about Revenge of the Nerds?
Right.
It's for real
right now.
It's right fucking now. It's for real. They winning, man.
Like I was saying, I'd say it's the future because when we was watching Back to the Future, they was talking about this year.
Was they? And it sounded so far off.
Right.
We in that shit right now, dude. It is fucking
If
crazy.
we wanted to, I mean, the human race, we could have had flying cars by now, you know.
We could have.
With all the automation going on now.
You look at like what Elon Musk is doing and all that. That shit is like,
he breaking
that shit is like, you know, this closer than what we think.
Right.
That shit, they on the brink of that. They trying to take motherfuckers to space. You know, Elon Musk is like, me and him are the same fucking age, man.
Yeah.
I'll be 46 in August. It's about the paths you take in life. He's the only entrepreneur that started three billion-dollar companies. That's fucking insane. Yeah. One is like winning. PayPal, Tesla, and there's something SpaceX.
PayPal took him to
that. Yeah. That's why you gotta
always. About his newest thing, the solar shingles.
No, that's what he's working on there for power.
No, they ain't working on that shit.
They got it.
They taking pre-orders.
Damn. Solar shingles, dude.
It's 3
to
types.
power your house.
Look like this or the flat ones. Yeah, they out.
Wow, man. That's crazy. I didn't know about. And then it allows you to keep, like, entrepreneurs, once you have one success, they keep building on shit and keep, you know what I'm saying, keep winning and shit.
Right.
But you're not going.
He took some failures too.
He took some hard failures, man. But you know, it was lessons learned. But you're not gonna stay in no game, and you really gotta love the process and love what you're doing to stay in it. Because if you just like, oh fuck, it ain't working or the money ain't coming, you gonna check out. You know what I mean? So it's got to be something that you really gotta stay in. Hell yeah, he took some losses, man. Big ones. Yeah, big ones and shit too, man. You know.
I think Tesla breaking his pocket.
Yep.
But look at it now.
And then like he was to the point where like they get them investors and motherfuckers want to buy in. You know what I mean? They see what he's doing and they don't buy the product or the service. They buy the person behind it. Right. They believe in him. They believe he's a fucking winner. You know, because pretty soon it's gonna be like. People gonna be like, well, who want to go out of space? And it's gonna be the rich or the poor. The middle class is, the middle class is gonna be fucking eroded, man. It's gonna be like, who can afford to charter something to space? It's gonna be like the elite, people with the paper.
They're gonna leave all the poor people here. There's a movie like that.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck the earth up.
The rich people live in.
Yeah, what is that? The one with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
That's it. They fuck the earth off. They pollute it and fuck it off so bad. Peace. And they say we out of here. Yeah, we out. You right. I forgot what that's called.
Machines that healed them of all diseases and everything.
Yep. It's gonna be like that. When they make a movie like that, they know what the fuck they doing.
Hell yeah.
They know exactly what they doing, man.
Foresight.
So, but yeah, though, man. We definitely, man. We keep this shit popping, man. And any way I can, contribute, I help y'all, man. I even give you some.
Already have, especially since you got. I was gonna say we should tie that in.
Yeah.
When we do one.
Yeah, we'll tie that in.
Let me get all your links and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I want to do too. I don't know how to do it.
Well,
like a lifetime update. Because people businesses change. Contact info. Like I look at all my old stuff, like MySpace. People still think it's weird that I can sign in, but
damn, can you? That's crazy.
Forget your password. If you
is the platform email, still around?
It's whack. You can't.
It's whack as fuck. Somebody was supposed to buy that and revamp that too. Justin Timberlake was supposed to, but and you know what it was with them? As they were first as far as the social shit, but they didn't capitalize fast enough on they had something, but they just didn't. They couldn't cross that barrier. And when that motherfucker Zuckerberg he took it where nobody was gonna take it at. He was more aggressive. But MySpace, they was the first. I think I always look at them as a pioneer. But you say MySpace now, motherfucker look at you like what? Yeah. That's almost like saying the big cell phone now, because it seems so outdated. But damn, you can still log on.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my pages. I can't say the rest of them.
Yeah,
I got like 4 or 5.
Wow. Yeah, you got, like you say, constant updates. And people change stuff.
Right, because when I did the interview at the gun store, I'm like, these your prices? I was like, it was in the moment. I was like, nah, I don't even want that info, because what if you change the next month?
Yeah, that's
price
true.
Go up
the price could go up, yeah.
And
he might, yeah.
If you're working with precious metals, you can't say gold $30 an ounce today.
Yeah, that's true.
Expect them to know what it is in a year.
And then something could change, something could change.
Your phone number change.
The market and all that. Yeah, your phone. No, that's why you got to constantly.
That could kill a business too if the people don't know how to find you.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't be found again or something.
Yeah. Especially with this online shit. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's
type
early.
In yellow bus and you turn it to blue bus. Yellow bus.
How they gonna find you? Or you gotta have something that redirects people.
Exactly.
Or something like that. And I think too, once you get any kind of clientele established or nothing, anything, you don't want to lose that shit. You want to still capitalize on that shit too. But you're right, constant updates and shit. You gotta be updating. Gotta stay afloat, man.
I'm just trying to make the 16-year-old me proud, man.
Yeah, huh? 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that had the dreams, but
that's
more dreams than what
do
you say? More dreams than doubt.
Yeah, more dreams than doubt. Yeah, you're right, and that's a good way to look at it.
I was gonna take over the world.
Yeah, and that's how I felt too, man. That's how I felt with it early. Like I've always felt like I got a shot, and I always feel like I'm gonna win, man. You know what I mean? I always feel like that. The 16-year-old pride, that's deep, bro. That's
Dad
deep.
and my daughter.
And your daughter, yeah.
Our relationship's gonna be totally different between mine and my mom.
It is.
Maybe it's because
how old is your daughter?
1.
Okay, yeah.
It could just be the generation. My mom was the youngest of 6.
Was she?
So all my cousins were older than me, and then now younger than me. So it's like I never really had people to talk to. And I'm the only child, so like my homie that was over yesterday, it's like my brother.
Okay, okay.
That ain't, I can't say it's my brother because he got a brother.
Okay.
But I understand.
But y'all still like brothers,
I understand
though.
it, but I still gonna treat them like family.
Y'all still like brothers. I know what you're saying.
What was I saying? Oh, like my cousin, different age. So like when I talk to my younger cousins now, it's like, man, you 26 now. When I was 26, this is what I had to go through. I was working every day. I was like, I was getting cake, but I ain't saved not one dime.
You don't save none, yeah.
So I don't try to school them, but I try to let them know.
Yeah, let them know.
Like, this is what I did. Look at me now.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm his example if you want it.
And what I tell people too, man, is like, and you're so right about that. And like, you can only know that type stuff in hindsight and looking back. And I tell them, I say a 15-minute conversation will save you years of strife in your life, pain, right? And I said, here's the thing, you can get the lesson without the hardship.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like some people got to go through the fucking actual hardship to pass the lesson on. Like you might have to learn the hard way. Like, man, look, don't do this, man. Or bop. You know what I mean? But like you say, you pass it on, and you should school them. I would take any advice I could get. You know what I mean?
I mean, like we're 2 different people. His family, they live in New Jersey. They own a house. He still lived with his mom,
Okay.
I was getting kicked out when I was younger.
Yeah.
We always in apartments. Yeah. We didn't have 2 cars. I didn't have a mom and a dad. I'm like, you got that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you still doing the same thing that I was doing.
Still doing it, yeah.
Just in a different way. Like you could be going places right now. Your credit's probably amazing because you ain't had to do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of necessity.
Yeah. You ain't had to mess it up.
Like you ain't saving. You want to do all this? He went to Film Academy.
Did he?
He out there shooting. He was shooting music videos. It's kind of he's evolving in the way he's doing.
Okay.
But I'm like, still, man, you
got
a dream.
And you know what I realized too, man? And a lot of cats would did this like. From 20 to 30 should be your grinding years. That's gonna set you up. Yeah, that's gonna be from 20 to 30. Like Bill Gates, from 20 to 30, he never took a day off, right? He was grinding it out. Look at him now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from 20 to 30 should be like your main grinding years. I mean, now I learned that after that period passed. And you look at cats like Ray Kroc, the dude from McDonald's, or the dude from KFC, right? What was his name? I have no idea, man. I can't think of his fucking name. But my point is,
I know the Colonel.
Yeah, the Colonel. The Colonel. He didn't like. And my point is getting at. He didn't get into that game till after he retired. He was 60 fucking years old. Yeah, he was 60 years old, dude. And he got his first Social Security check. Was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Right.
Then he started the KFC shit. He couldn't even eat. So, you know, so it's and my thing is like, you don't want to become
a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't
that's
fucking
how me and
lying.
my wife talk.
You ain't fucking lying. You don't want to be head greeter at Walmart. But what you don't want to do too is become too old too soon and too wise too late.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a chasm that you have to cross. Like, you know, who want to be trying to do shit when you're 60? You know what I mean? But you can still make it. I mean, look at their stories. But it's crazy. You right. Who want to fucking end up the head Walmart greeter? You ain't fucking lying, dude.
That's how me and my wife keep it real with each other.
Yeah, that's keeping
like,
it so real.
We ain't trying to be funny. Like, we so like, real. Seriously, that could be us.
Mm-hmm. And you know what my thing is always, I tell people too, man, here's the basic blueprint with what they got lined up for you. When I mean they, I mean the world. Like, if you're not really doing nothing else, they want you to work 40 hours a week, right, for 40 years, and then try to live off 40% of that. Now, you think about it. Now, I'm fucking barely making it at 100%. What am I going to do at 40%?
Right.
So it's like, for 40 years, you've been living off $1,000 a week, hypothetically speaking, just to make numbers, right? So then after I retire and sit down, I'm supposed to live off fucking $600 or $400 a week? Maybe. You can't, that'll be a fucking light bill. That'll be a light bill, you know what I mean? So I always look at the writing.
Free TV
ain't even gonna be none of that shit. You're gonna be paying for air, man. They're gonna figure out a way to charge a nigga for air, man. I like to put my air, you know, like, it's gonna be crazy, man. So what I always try to look at, like, the writing on the wall. What's coming down the line? Like, ain't nobody getting no fucking younger no sooner. You know what I mean? So it's like trying to position yourself for when you get to them ages, man. You're like, if you working hard when you're old, you done made a wrong decision some fucking way, man. Something didn't went bad. But that Walmart greeter theory, that's keeping it real. That's so keeping it real, man. And look, they're gonna be fighting for them jobs. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're gonna be fighting for them, man. You know, so
because there's not much else you can do.
Ain't gonna be nothing else you can do, man.
If
you haven't, the first,
doing this.
Yeah. And
there's no jobs doing that no more.
There's no
like
jobs doing that.
My dad used to be in the automotive industry, like in Ohio and all that. You see how Detroit is.
Yeah, and didn't nobody see that coming. Detroit was the mecca. Now
they was balling out. They was living.
They was balling out, dude. I don't know. You know, I talked to my dad is from Detroit, born and raised, right? I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Where you from?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Really?
Yeah.
LeBron James town, huh? Yeah.
I moved here 8th grade.
Damn, and the thing about it, I was trying to figure out, like, what happened? Like, how did all that was popping?
China.
And they just took the manufacturing?
It had to be something like that. Because
the competition?
Cars didn't stop being made.
Yeah. And I, you know, a lot of stuff, I study a lot of industries and stuff too, and I think a lot of it, they didn't listen to the consumers, but the Chinese did and the Japanese did, and they, I guess, and you're right, Ford and all them still make cars, huh? But like the jobs though, like that damn near bankrupt that state. I think that's the first state we've seen like that.
I didn't know gambling was legal anywhere else.
Really?
But there's casinos everywhere now.
There's casinos everywhere. They got riverboat casinos. Yeah, riverboat casinos and shit like that.
What's that place in Jersey?
Atlantic City and all that. Yeah, Atlantic City's
I thought Vegas was the only place.
Yeah.
Like what's really keeping people coming here?
It's got to be the attraction, man. And you know the thing about it, you look at the Strip, you can go to any hotel, any time of the day, and that motherfucker's packed. Yeah. It's built off losers. If they winning, they ain't putting them up like that. They're like them money they putting in all day. It's like slowly trickling. Just think how they getting that money all day long. It's little money, but it add up a lot. You know what I mean? They putting dollars, 20. First, I used to think it was just coins, right? But now they putting dollars, 20s. A 20 can be gone like that.
And then the people who do high roller, the same mentality. They just
same mentality. They put big wops, man. The city's built off losers, man. You can go to any hotel on the strip, anytime and anywhere, any time of the day, and that motherfucker's packed. That ought to tell you something, dude. That ought to tell you something.
I remember we all the slot machines in the laundromat would be full.
Yeah, they would. Remember that? Yeah. Even the small players getting a piece of the market, like Dottie's.
Yeah,
they eat.
There's so many Dottie's.
Yeah, stations hate that because they taking some of their market share. Station was like the neighborhood casino.
Right.
Like
we love local.
Yeah, Dottie got. You know what this is the age of? The little man. The little man is when the little player is taking out the big corporate people.
But that goes back to what you're saying, McDonald's and Coca-Cola. They still advertise.
They still advertise. You gotta stay relevant. You still gotta push them.
Then that person come through.
The little man, the person you never seen coming. Prime example, Sam Walton, who's been dead, will probably go down as one of the richest damn men. Like his family members are in the top 10 of the richest people in the world. His family members, right? He went to Kmart with the idea, hey, let's do this. Let's sell it for the low. They laughed at him. He put them out of business.
Yeah.
The little man you never seen coming from Bentonville, Arkansas.
Kmart's like MySpace now.
Yeah, exactly. He went after a small market and just grew that shit. He went to them with the same idea. They laughed at him, dude. Put him out of, destroyed them. They're still around, but they like hanging on by one finger.
Right.
Obliterated them. Destroyed. So you can't never see the little persistent, consistent man coming. And that's another thing I talk about cats too. You got to be persistent and consistent with your grind. That's the only thing that's going to get that momentum. That's the only thing going to have people recognizing you and making you look like, damn, this dude's still around. He's still like from when we first crossed paths, you still putting in work. I see that. You know what I mean? You still putting in work. And if you don't, it's like you got to put your head down and grind, and you'll know when it's time to put it up.
That's one thing I noticed about me. I get quiet.
Yeah.
Instagram, I put up 1,500 photos, and now I don't put nothing up. It's because I'm working on something.
You working on something.
I noticed that about myself.
Yeah, and it be like that sometimes. And then sometimes you can just spread your shit out.
Right.
Like instead of flooding the game, just kind of fall back. You got a gang of content, so I just kind of, I have a posting schedule. I might post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you don't want to, I try not to overkill nothing because, I like it to where they miss me. And then when I do put out some content, I didn't put some thought into it and made it some content that somebody really want to see it. Yeah. And what that does is attract people to your brand or your service or whatever you're doing. They be like, okay, I'm feeling what this cat is putting out, his posts, his pictures and stuff. Because some of your pictures, I looked at, dude, and I was blown just off the color palettes. And I'm just like, man, this is some dope-ass photography. You know what I mean? So you can't take nothing lightly, man.
Resources too.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, this dude's shit is
I was
like
using all the high-end stuff at the
Was
school.
you? Yeah, and I'm like, this dude's shit is so colorful and flavor. Like I'm a big flavorful person. I said this shit is flavorful, man. I've always like. Have you shot anything else like weddings or anything for people? Or?
I did.
Did you? Did you get into that?
I didn't shoot a wedding. I can't say that. I went to a wedding because I was in it. And I recorded it.
Did you?
The video will be out in June.
Okay.
4 of them. I made 4 videos. Just
no shit.
Being there.
Damn.
I called it how to shoot a wedding with a small camera.
And you know what? Around. You can capitalize on that. It's a way now you can turn like anything into a course.
The wedding game's a little different.
It is different.
I tried to get into it, but it's a
different animal, ain't it? It's a lot of animal. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Especially out here, people coming from out of town.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, man. And then to capture the right shot, you got to go against where the sun's setting. We got to shoot over here. And, you know what I mean? And if the wedding party, because I DJ'd a lot of weddings, they might be an hour late. Well, now that's going to affect your shoot because the sun's going. It's so many variables, man. And I know them photographers make some big money, though, them wedding photographers. So, but it's crazy though, man. It's crazy though. So what you see like in the future for like the grind hustle bid? Where you see that like going at? What you think? Like,
I don't want to say it's gonna move too far away from what it is now. Like I'm just evolving it now because I'm getting the formula, but I want to still be like in the lives of these entrepreneurs or people. It's not just entrepreneurs, like I told you, but
it's people from all walks of life because everybody's grinding in what they doing.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect. I'm mad I didn't think of that shit. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. You know that
maybe
is
bigger
dope.
people in bigger places, but
yeah,
I just don't want to forget the little man.
You can't because it's easy to go look at like the bigger person, but you got to. I think it's more the little man and the common man than the big people. The big people are always going to be the big people.
Was a little man.
They was the little man.
But
They
don't
started.
Nobody care about them.
Don't nobody care about them.
I don't want to be on somebody's jock just because they Steve Jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And then like it's like the saying go. It's easy to be Steve Jobs or easy to be this person or this person, but what's not easy is getting there. Once you get there, you there. But I think where you can capture the most value and what matter the most to your audience is the journey of getting there. Because like you say, everybody was the little man, everybody was the small player, but they kept grinding. That is, man, I love that, dude. I love it. You need some shirt. You need some shit for that because that speaks to so many people on so many different levels, man.
You know, a print shop.
No print shop. Yeah, grind hustle bill, man.
But yeah, also.
And so, what is it? A blog again, or what is it like? That's your video.
On what you're asking, though.
Yeah, is that your video series or what? Is that the name?
It's gonna be a series that I'm working on. Yeah.
Okay. Is that gonna be like another channel, like another?
It'd be smart to do another channel, but I'm just gonna use the one I got now.
Well, yeah, because you already got followers and all that. Yeah. And
then
you know what?
It don't have no set focus yet. So.
Yeah, and then it can just be a series you run on your channel. You know what I mean? Because I think once you get your subscribers,
and it's the early stages. It ain't like it's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. Because
I got a lot of self interviews I'm putting out before. It's just me talking to the camera.
Okay.
Like,
and that's good shit too. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I might even be a contributor to that.
Like
man.
I told you, the girl came out early because she was making moves then. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to help you now because you probably need this.
You coming out now. Yeah, coming out. The timing was different for her.
Right.
Yeah. That's one.
The young guy, I asked him, I was like, when did you start this business? He was like, like last week. I was like, nah, you can't. I was like, cut. I was like, if this come out 3 years later, somebody ain't going to know what last week was.
Yeah, that's true. That could be anything. They can be like, damn,
somebody
you started last week.
Make music that, maybe Dre, make music that's timeless.
It's timeless.
Dre don't say a lot of his stuff.
Yeah. And that's what you do. And you think about his projects, they have been timeless.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You got to make
some
shit.
You put in Chronic and you just in California.
I had to tape it. I had the cassette tape in 1992, dude.
Yeah.
You can still pop that shit in right now and roll with it.
That's one of the first CDs I stole.
Was it?
I was too young to
Damn.
But I was at somebody's house and he was a teenager. I was like, what is this? Popped it in. I was like,
I gotta have it, huh? Damn, I gotta have it. And look, you thinking from the Chronic, that was 1992.
Yeah.
Then he dropped the 2001. Both of those are time. Dre has only really put out two albums. He did all the shit with NWA, but as far as albums, he's not put out a lot, but they was timeless pieces that the culture was built on, foundational shit, and he took his time, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what it is. I think,
if anybody take anything from Dre, is take the time, make it right.
Make it right. That's why you never hear Detox. That's why you never hear it, because it just wasn't right. So many scrap versions.
He had, I don't think a lot of people was like feeling that.
Yeah, they wasn't.
When they was trying to like tease one.
Yeah, they wasn't. I think the Compton soundtrack for NWA, I think that was dope, but it didn't get the look. For some reason, it's like people wanted to hear something else from Dre, but Dre kind of like evolved and kind of had some new rap, like he kind of got with the times. And I don't know, for some reason it didn't get the reception that I thought it would get.
Maybe people expecting
they was expecting something else.
This side of Compton.
Yeah, but if you listen to it, it's a dope ass fucking produced album. Yeah. And look at the artists he's put on. I mean, you go from NWA, you go from Snoop, you go from Eminem.
People think Gucci Mane put some people on.
Yeah, you go from Eminem. Dre fuck with Pac.
Eminem brought 50 and
Eminem brought 50. So you look at that tree. You look at that tree that Dre was responsible for. That's a gang of shit, man. It's a gang of shit. Even the whole Eminem thing, and even the boy now, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah,
he's like the new. You know what I mean? He's like the next level. Dre always can see. I always say he's like the Quincy Jones of hip hop.
Right.
That's
a good one.
Yeah, he could always foresee that shit, man. And that's what you got to do. Stay relevant. It's like Dame Dash said. He said most cats be slowing down in their 40s, and Dre turned it up in his 50s.
Yeah.
Who could be still doing?
On stage when he was buff.
Yeah, he was buck.
He wasn't a young buck.
He was an old cat, but he was sharp. You know what I mean? Had his shit together. You right.
Nah, stop.
Man. You right. So yeah, it's a trip, man. I just try to keep it moving, man. Stay inspired. Try to motivate other like-minded cats. Talk to other cats, man. You know, like I talk with a bunch of entrepreneurs too. Like, you know, I got a couple partners that's doing some stuff. It's just like, even on the job at work, it's hard to even associate with the working class mentality. Mm-hmm. Nothing against them, but they ain't talking about shit but a smoke break and how was your weekend? I don't want to hear that shit, man. You know, they just don't appeal to me.
Sometimes it ain't their fault.
It ain't their fault.
They might just be stuck in that.
They conditioned.
Or they know they got to go to work and they got another job when they get home because they got 4 or 5 kids.
That's true.
Blah, blah, blah.
That is true. That is true. I just look at like, man, ain't nobody talking about trying to get out of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody really trying to get out the fucking rat race or that trap. You know, so. But,
man, I definitely want to kick it with you again.
Yeah, man, we definitely kick it again.